Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for once again and still supporting me. Believe me, the only reason why I'm still here are for you. Anna, Yorkshire Girl, Anne, Irene, Valletta, Susan, Joyce, Carolyn, Jane, Linda, my namesake Lynn, Sally, Maltese, Penny, Elise, Annette, Millie, Jennifer, Maria, and Wildflower, Nora, Doreen, Chrissy, and special thank you to Laura this month. I also need to say thank you to my contributors. Without whom, I would have run out of ideas a long time ago. And not only that, but they are the ones who are really pushing and encouraging when I want to give up. So J, JJ, and S, there are also a few others, but these three are my main cheerleaders and the toughest of them all, because there had been arguments and there had been tears, but they are still, after all of that, there for me. And my daughter, who will leave everything to come and help when I struggle with a laptop or sound or whatever, and who will even give up her laptop when need be. Everyone else whom I've not mentioned, please don't feel bad. This is as far as my 62-year-old brain and memory allows me to go. So thank you to all of you who listen and comment. I honestly and truly appreciate each one of you. Now let's start with something else for a change. We'll get to the royals in a minute. As you know, I have been following the Nancy Gastri case. Unfortunately, I do not think that she is still alive. I think it was an inside job, family, or someone who came to do something. Clean the pool or the yard, or a maintenance worker, whoever. But the bloke on the Nest Cam looked far too comfortable and relaxed to be a random stranger. I do not think it was a home invasion gone wrong either. There was way too little disturbance inside the home, and Nancy's handbag and her watch and her purse, which allegedly had cash in, was still in the home. I saw somewhere that Nancy was about to or has already testified in some kind of case. I haven't had time to really go look at it. So maybe this could be revenge. I don't know. I think the stories that she was seen in Mexico is utter hogwash, just like the ransom notes. I'm also still following the Three-Eye Atlas saga, and then linked to that the entire alien disclosure saga. Although I'm so tired of Jeremy Corbell and his wide-eyed self-importance that I do try and miss everything with him in it. I do have a new hero though, in Senator Luna. This, however, makes a welcome change to all the horrible nastiness in our world. You know, I sometimes stand outside at night when I take Akira out for the last time, and I lift the beam of my torch into the sky and say, "Beam me up, Scotty." But Don Scotty is not listening, or hasn't been listening to date. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the royals. It appears that the last so-called Epstein files have been released. It appears that Andrew has even more to worry about with the drop of these files. Now, as I sit here, I don't know. I've not taken a look at any of it yet, particularly not after what happened near my home on Friday. I'll drop a link once I've explained it all on Substack. I'm still, days later, in a state of shock. Anyway, I have seen some stuff, email between Jay and others, writing about things so horrific that it made some of his guests want to vomit. There's even an email in which it appears that even Randy Andy Mountbatten-Windsor chastised Jeffrey a little and was not quite happy with what Jeffrey did or wanted to do. Now, that is good news and bad news. The bad news is that proves that Andrew knew what Jeffrey was doing. Now, anyway, I'm truly at a loss for words when it comes to this stuff. I mean, I always knew there was evil in this world, but this kind of evil for so long and with so many people involved is just too much. As for Andrew, with all due respect to all of you, I think he will fall off his horse and break his neck long before he would go to court, and I predict that it will likely happen anyway. A tragic accident of some sort, just like Diana. The other option is that he will again be spirited away under the cover of darkness to board a private plane to the Middle East. Although I must say that is my second choice, because Charles knows the danger of losing control over Andrew. I am, however, more worried though about all of this overshadowing the Harry and Meghan saga. I see she either washed her hair for a change or she has a new shiny nylon wig. I don't know, and quite frankly I don't care, but for a change she looked clean at the NBA All-Star game. I'm rather tired of people making an issue about this relationship. And I was one of those, so don't take it personally. But I think I've seen the light. That vulgar dance video and these photographs, you know what I think? I think Harry finds Meghan gross sometimes due to her behavior, etc. I think he is well aware when she tells a lie and even embarrassed when she does so in public. And I think he finds her exhausting sometimes, or maybe even most of the time. But regardless of what we have all been speculating on, I think he's also quite happy with his wife. He gets everything he wants. Drugs and sex. So why would he want to leave? I think the only reason he would do that would be for money, and I think then once he has the money he will go back to her. The other possibility is that she will leave him for a richer person, but I do not see any signs of that either. I don't think I'm the only person who advised the palace to officially cut ties with Harry and Meghan. When I mean officially, not as a family. I know many people have done that, but again, Charles is making the exact same mistake as he did with Andrew. He will wait and wait and wait until it's too late. Someone told me the other day, and I found it rather profound, although I have obviously thought it like a million times. She said that Meghan will cling to Harry until his father dies to see what he will inherit. And if he does not inherit anything or not enough, she will drop him. And Harry is hanging on for the exact same reason. Also waiting to see what he will inherit from Pa. And thereafter, with a dosh safely in his pocket, he will wreak havoc on the monarchy once again. And you know what? I think she's right. Harry and Meghan have the same goal, only different reasons. The thing is that it is bad enough that Andrew is giving the royal family such a bad reputation, deserved or undeserved. But Charles is still refusing to do anything about his son. And let me tell you, there is a lot about Harry and Meghan still to come out. Some things we know, some things we speculated about, and some things have been totally wiped and demolished. But as you know, it's never the case on a forever ever basis. How much more will it take to demolish the monarchy? In my opinion, not much. I do not trust .gov statistics, so I had a look over broader platforms. Now, in the .gov, Charles's approval rating remains around 60%, but on Statista, it has dropped to 50%. But here's the problem, and why I'm also telling you that the .gov is inaccurate. The monarchy, the institution's favorability has fallen to 45%. So how can Charles's approval rating be 60%? It does not make sense, as he is currently the king in charge of the monarchy. The second very serious issue is that in the age group 18 to 24, the approval rating for the monarchy is only about 23%. In the above 65s, it is indeed much, much higher. But I think you see the issue here without me having to say it. Also note that the support level for the monarchy in the 50 to 60-year age bracket has dropped from 63% in 2020 to only 50% in 2026, and it is indeed still dropping. Now, I saw the question asked, if only a quarter of under 35-year-olds believe in the monarchy, what kind of trouble is the monarchy and William's reign in? Will William be able to win them over? The fact is that the longer they wait to make William king, the older he gets and the less chance he has of winning over that age group. I also suspect that if there is more to come out about Andrew, or that another scandal should drop, no matter about whom or what, the bigger the chances are that these figures will continue to drop and drop significantly. At the moment, only the anticipation of seeing William and Catherine as king and queen is actually propping up the monarchy. But I'm not 100% sure that it will be enough to win a referendum. Not even today. So, what's going to happen 6 months from now or a year? Well, your guess is as good as mine. A contact in Australia told me that most people in Australia aren't that enthusiastic about the monarchy either, but they keep it around for now because they don't have much confidence in the politicians either. So I think ultimately everyone agrees that the future of the monarchy will now depend on what further action the monarchy and Charles will take. And we are not just talking about Andrew, but also about Harry, and, like it or not, about King Charles himself. Okay guys, another shortish one. I am emotionally not doing too good, but I cannot show and tell on YouTube, at least not yet. I'm preparing something for Substack and will post the link once it's done. Okay guys, take good care of yourselves. I'll be back here soon enough. So until then, stay safe. Bye.